This is the Bermuda Triangle, a very large continental spread over the sea near Florida. This Bermuda Triangle ends at the Miami from the Bermuda Island, and from Puerto Rico ends at the Miami. Again, is the feet of area of this triangle is equal 80,000 square kilometers. That is, the triangle is too much larger than Pakistan, Turkey, which is the many peoples know the Bermuda Triangle is the Devil's Triangle. In the fact, the triangle is the infamous in the world is due its mysterious phenomenon. From where is communication the business, the suddenly from the base station and the disappear. Somewhere in the triangle forever in the least 100 years is a very large number of ships and the airplanes have been lost in this triangle. We had only few of these aircraft ships have been the most ships have been remarkable researches for the bottom of the sea, and not from the place where they are last seen ever in the radar. After all, what is the power of there does not have been understood until the date. After all, this is something abnormal in the Bermuda Triangle, due which is near the leaves the largest cargo ships on the let's try the aircraft pass over it. After that, what happens the passing from here, which focus the largest safety aircraft lose their control. Surely this can be only told the person who came back alive from the Bermuda Triangle. Today we will talk about the person who will did that and come back even after getting stuck in this Bermuda Triangle. And somehow he came back from the Bermuda Triangle by touching death. But after that, whatever he said, maybe the ground would shrink under your feet. Welcome to another video, and if you like my channel, subscribe and bell notification to get more videos like this. Plan that had been the many years had been heading down the incidents from the world, but recently after 25 years the incident was the put front on the world, and we should also know that how a plan can cover its 90 minutes in just in 50 seconds and 50 minutes. As soon the plane came out from the clouds, the triangle was dead. The sea was completely dark and from his eyes. The story begins on the December 4, 1917, where a small ship, Bonza aircraft, take off the Miami and small airport in the Florida, which is the part 2 passengers. This route is about 500 kilometers long and it took about 90 minutes to cover it. The top speed on the small Bonza aircraft was about 209 km per hour. The weather was absolutely clear. That will be the pilot flying in the aircraft. It was an experience of flying for the 600 hours. But the day was also the incident with this pilot. He could not speak till death. As soon as the private plane moves ahead with its passengers' strength, things happen in the sky, because the sky was completely clear that day. So the plane took off the full speed. 20 minutes had passed since the plane took off, and the pilot suddenly saw a very large black cloud in the middle. The pilot was completely stunned to see the cloud in the not understanding that suns a world ago and sky was completely clean. Then suddenly this very big thick cloud came from the wherever, but the reason behind it that the ship had crossed the triangle range. By the time the pilot understood something, he had to reach very close to the clouds, and it was not at all possible to change the all turn back at him in the speed. Looking from the distance, the cloud seemed very small, but as the pilot entered in the cloud with the plane, the size of the cloud also increased. As soon as the ship goes through the clouds, it is completely dark in the front of pilot. The ship slowly starts losing their control for 30 seconds. This ship, bearing the thick clouds and the smoke, takes all people in the pilot aircraft are close and clouds safely. And the pilot is very happy to think that he has returned from the clouds in Bermuda Triangle for the first time, and he was saved at the very high incident happening in the middle of the triangle. The plane was at an altitude of about 1100 feet, and that time was over is moving towards Miami at full speed. He had covered only 25 minutes of the journey. This is the time another cloud whose size was very much bigger than the first cloud on the way. Such a big size of the pilot and the cloud would never save the plane over in the wanted. The pilot had only one way to somehow get out the cloud and move on, because he had already crossed the cloud, that he was the force in a small craft in these clouds without fear. And once again, as soon as he goes inside the clouds, it's become difficult for the pilot and the passenger to see anything outside, because it was so dark around again. And after 5 minutes of the dark road, there was a lot of lightning in the clouds. In every minute of such much lightning, thunderbolts lightning were shining, and sounds coming out of them were completely scaring the passengers sitting on the pilot and the ship. And now they were convinced that they were entrapped in a trap who likes Bermuda Triangle. The pilot said that when he took off, the weather was absolutely clear and the sun was shining very brightly, but the conditions inside the cloud were so dangerous that the sun could not reach a single light inside of it, and that's why it was completely dark inside the cloud. It felt he was fine into the very deep cave, not even a cloud. Here is a view of the first movement of lightning, the clouds aircraft starting move completely. The pilot said that, slowly losing the attitude and control, but despite that, he was trying his best to keep the ship in her control. He felt that he was stuck in the same clouds in the triangle where the thousands of people have been known so far. It has been 25 minutes since the ship entered here. No one knew where is the new at the hunt attitude is a ship flying from the ocean. But the cloud is not taking the same name of ending. And the most surprising thing is that the pilot was not able to control his plane, even he did not want to. The aircraft was flying in a straight line with a strength, but no cloud understand what he was going on here. Then suddenly something happened here, which roused the people in the sitting in ship. Suddenly they saw a bright light in the thick clouds, and it was exactly the same and as a life gives someone a last chance to save their life. The pilot knew that he had the last chance. If he somehow reaches the plane in the light coming out, then all people are out in this trap. But it was not so easy to get out of here, because as soon as the plane was turned towards in the light, all the control and the aircraft stayed moving in the straight way. Every system goes badly disturbed, and compressed sees the direction also starts spinning fast. The pilot and that says that there wasn't controlling the plane himself, but someone else was controlling it. In the end, somehow the other and the three people succeed in getting out of here, and it is very come to safely, but there is a big going mystery. As soon the pilot leaves the controls and air traffic base, he finds out his plane is not visible anywhere in the radar air traffic control room. And the surprising thing was that it took only 45 minutes to take off. The plane had accidentally landed over the airport of Miami. However, it took at least 90 minutes to reach Miami to place from the where Bonza take off. Then how he the ship reached the soon in 45 minutes. As soon the ship landed at the Miami, Florida, the pilot was in the authorities first checked the fuel and the ship. Then after he checked the long journey, how much the fuel left inside her trunk. They were shocked because the fuel is consumable and the aircraft was less and the half took. Half the time was to reach Miami. Every worker present in the airport, it wasn't the surprise because 45 minutes it took only as soon landed Miami airports, and the pilot will the attitudes the first checked is the ship. And the fuel stuck in a ship is long journey, how much the fuel left inside it. He can find the mysteries about there. He could not find any clue of this shit, because surprising that they could not believe how he can reach in Florida into Miami in 45 minutes. This is the mystery of being a Bermuda Triangle. It has been no localized visible anywhere in the radar aircraft control. Is that took 24 hours and the minutes ago the crafted have been stuck in a big ocean. Surprise is look like a circular, remember. That was the most important things about. We know that we have so much mysterious gods in the world. So what is the real fact of the Bermuda Triangle? It can be focused to be realized, the spinning of arid readers and the meteor shower in the track of in our earth. Is that true? In meteor shower it's been 25 planes, 100 ships, and there is a lots of people in losing their crowd in this
But all
Bermuda
the
Triangle.
accident,
The one thing that's very common that when a ship and the comes range is placed, is the radar radio wireless complex called the work probably, and the ships wherever they sink the part of the sea because this gas is a lot of things out from for the too much is populated area. So do hope that this even you want no birds can fly away from this plane. What do you think about this? Tell me about this to tell me about the most comments and the most mysterious about the Bermuda Triangle. So this is our video today. Hope you like this video, and if you like this video then comment, share and subscribe our channel and support my channel more to get more like these videos.